So here at the Edge Bander, we run small parts like this, but not all times we're going to be doing the long edge. Sometimes we'll just do the short edge, and sometimes when it's so narrow like this, you kind of struggle trying to hold that part in straight and let the machine take the rest of the way. And then sometimes along the way that part can move a little bit, but that's not that big of a deal. But the main thing is getting it into the machine straight. That's where you're going to have issues. If you don't, you'll see the banding. It won't. Well, first of all, it won't get milled right, so you'll have a crooked edge. So it's pretty much just a trash piece because you can't straighten that out. It depends on how much it takes off. So anyway, I wanted to build a contraption to kind of a guide to have a part that I can change the width if I need to, because this is pretty narrow. So I can grab onto it just like that and push it into the part with it all the way seated forward, and then while the part is in, I'm able to release. As you can imagine, the part will go on and I take this out. But what the struggle with this one is, first of all, there's no stop. So I can just keep going, but I need to know when to take this out of the machine because it sits flush with the part. As you can see right there, I've already milled it off because I didn't get it out fast enough. So a stop would be very helpful. Also, I can't lay this flat because of this part right here. So, and I like to keep this bar where it's at. It's pretty perfect for all the parts that we run. So if I wanted to just move this back a little bit just for this one part, to me that would be a waste of time. So I want something better than this, and we'll see what we can come up with. Alright, so we had a guy, Jason, make this for the machine. So this is a little bigger, but that's not that big of a deal. So the guide, you have your square part right here. This is all the way up against our fence, and this is there right there. We take a square to it. It's perfectly square all the way across, so we know that when we put this part in and actually goes through the machine, it's going to stay square. So all I need to do, instead of having something grabbing onto it like I had the other one, I'm just going to use my hand. So I'm going to grab it with my hand, I'm going to push forward at the same time, and I'm going to go. And then the good thing about this is I have a stop now, so I know exactly when I need this needs to stop, and then as soon as that hits that, I can back this out and the part will keep going. I tend to hold it, so I have a line of reference right here that we usually like to keep parts this narrow. Hold it past that part. So as long as I get past there, and I got a pretty good reach, I can get this to the stop, hold that for just a little bit, and let it go on its way. And then all this needs to do is back out and sit just right where it is. Sometimes I'll run 3 or 4 of those parts at a time, so it'll be nice to have this up here. I have this up here to help me guide a little easier than having to do it just pressing this up against there. And another good thing, well, I need a place to store this. I have this on the ground right here. It's kind of in the way. When I would clean, I'd pick it up and I'd put it on this table back here. But I knew that I had a couple spare holes here. They're mounting holes for this over here, this bracket. So since I wasn't using them, I took a router and I made a couple notches right there, and I put a magnet right here on the back. And I know that line right there sits right on this part right here on the machine. So all I gotta do is find the notches. The magnet sticks to it just like that. Now if I have smaller parts, let's say this is cut off about there, and I don't want to get my hands in there. That is exactly what this piece is for. So this is my little pusher. So if I have a small part, I can push on it right there. I don't have to get my hands in there, which is very dangerous. And then I'll just do the same thing. I'll release as it goes. And I got a magnet, another magnet here. It stays right there.